Hello, sorry, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is the reading for Pisces for the rest of November into December 2019. This is a general tarot reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, yada yada. Please check the down box, little down arrow, because I do get some songs come through my reading and they do add to the reading quite a bit. Anything else? I could be speaking to you directly, Pisces, but actually I'm speaking directly to the person you're thinking of listening to this reading, so you do have to work out who you are. I would say at a push I'm reading for a masculine here. I have just put a Scorpio reading up. This is obviously my second water reading. This is a different story, but I'm seeing a little bit of crossover here. Okay, let's just dig in. Anything else? Yeah, I think this is who I'm reading for, my masculine here, who is concerned, but we do have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So this is a Celtic cross spread. This is the heart of the matter, the energy that's surrounding you, how you're represented at this moment in time. And with the Eight of Swords in reverse, I feel that someone is coming out of a period of feeling guilty, feeling some shame, possibly. This is sort of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Almost having, I think you've maybe even had to deal with the consequences of your actions, and the actions that you have taken are considered in this particular Mythic Tarot deck. This is Arrest has been very much aware of the decision in front of him and the consequences of it, which is why he's in such a bad spot. It really is. He's got the three Furies coming at him here, and he's got Apollo. He's basically been told to murder his own mother from the gods, and clearly there's a moral issue there. But he has been given the direction from the gods, and you could argue that, you know, that's has to be followed through with. So ultimately what I'm saying is this period of concern, this feeling trapped, feeling guilty, feeling bound to something, I think is coming to an end. It is with regards to an emotional situation, possibly a marriage, because I do have the Ten of Vessels here, which is happiness, confirming what the concern is about. So I feel someone has made a decision, possibly in the past, which has maybe not been a great decision. They have sort of suffered the consequences of that decision, and they're now coming out of that period, however long that may have been. Now, in your blockage position, what your obstacle is for this period is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles really doesn't move, especially in this deck. Very loyal, very humble, very non-active. And I think there's a period of waiting here with the courthouse card. So I think what's blocking you from, you know, freedom, from escape, from being less concerned, is just maybe waiting on a very long awaited decision around some sort of court matter. I think it might be with regards to a child. Doesn't have to be, but I do have my Page of Arrows in reverse here. Might be some gossip about this. I'm getting a lot of gossip in this reading. This is like I think the third nod to it. It can be a sort of spying energy as well. But I just get the feeling that you're waiting on something. Waiting, watching, on tenterhooks, waiting on something coming down the pipe, and it's taking an inordinate length of time. But I think because it has taken such a long time, you're coming out of, you know, as I say, that feeling of whatever it may be, guilt. Guilt in the main is what I'm getting. on the Page of Arrows, I did get relaxed, don't do it when you want to go to it. So you might have like a drive to take some action with regards to this court situation, but it is saying that I almost feel your hands are tied, Pisces, and you just have to wait for the fireworks to start. Yeah. Okay. Your main energy, your main message came through with it's a time to say goodbye for now, and something is about to end. It sort of says for now, so it almost feels like kind of temporary. I feel everything's just in a bit of a pause, and I think it's even the length of time that things are taking that are making you feel pretty stressed. I don't have my glasses, so bear with me. This is a time when you're reluctant to see an ending. You may wish to extend the time you have with someone, or you may even feel like you're being cheated out of something you deserve. But the truth is that things must die in order to be reborn in another form at a later time. This is the chosen time to go, and from the ashes something new will arise, and it will be even better than you can imagine. Rebirth cannot take place without a death, and it is now time to end something, to let something both externally and internally die. It may be a long-held belief, a place that seemed to hold security, a friendship that has grown unhealthy, someone you've been going out with who no longer wishes to see you, or a beloved family member who may not be in this world much longer. Whatever it is, let go. Let them go. Something else will return to you, and you cannot be reborn unless you first know how to die. This is your chance to learn something very profound, deep and important. Do not miss it by resisting what must take place. So yeah, there's possibly an ending here, and this is what's caused this guilt, this worry, this feeling trapped, because it is certainly around something emotional. Now, the best you can achieve in this time period, and this is a bit of an odd one, the Nine of Cups in reverse with the privileged lady. Now, I don't have my main female here, but my privileged lady usually comes out as the other woman. But the best you can achieve is actually letting go whatever your hopes and desires were with regards to this female. The privileged lady is usually someone who's very financially well off, or just someone you consider being a privilege to be with. But the best you can achieve is actually to let this go. With the Eight of Stones in reverse, which is skill in reverse, I really just felt that you're being told that not to continually invest in this, not to continue to work on whatever this represents for you, because the Queen of Stones, who's my Queen of Pentacles, is in reverse here. This is my bear, and you don't really want a bear in reverse. This might be someone who's pretty aggressive, who's very defensive, defending their home and hearth, possibly against you. For the time being, you've been told to let this go. Drop the guilt in reverse. The best you can achieve, Pisces, is to currently, for the time being, let this situation go. Let it go. Let go of the guilt that you've possibly felt with whatever's gone down here, and let go of the wish and hope for possibly even a marriage that you've had for now. Because things are currently stuck, and you've been told to relax and don't do it when you want to go to it. It's almost like there's some sort of divine timing in play here, and you have just got to roll with it for the time being. At the very base of the matter, this is often your subconscious, something you may not be aware of, is the Ten of Wands in reverse. So this is also good to have. So you've got a lot of bad cards here, Pisces, but they're in reverse. So you've come through something. And the Ten of Wands is being heavily burdened. It's also about procrastination in this particular deck for me. It's having completed something that's been very arduous, but ultimately there's elements of it that have been successful, but not really knowing where to go from here. With it being in reverse, I think you have got, at least in your subconscious, a fair idea of where you want to go from here. You might be pretty exhausted from what it is you're going through or still going through, but in the back of your mind, I think you've got an idea of where you want to go. It may be with regards to a child, but this is also my new beginning card, something fresh, something new. I mean, as I say, it could be a child, but it is with regards to the Queen of Vessels. So possibly this is your own energy, or this is a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. She's my swan, and there's gossip around this new beginning. With the Queen of Vessels. The Queen of Vessels, as a swan, this is someone who everything happens under the surface, how very Piscean, you know. They're incredibly deep. I mean, God, my best friend's a Piscean on, like, I don't even know how long. I don't know, 30 years, maybe longer. And even now, you've got to dig really deep with this one, do you know what I mean? So yeah, this is someone who does not let on what's going on with them on a very deep level. You'll only see this one, the grace, the calm, the all-togetherness, but they are paddling for Britain underneath the water. Or not. The fact is, you won't know. But there's some sort of gossip around this Queen of Vessels. And a new beginning. Dropping previous weight. Previous struggles. But this sort of feels subconscious. At the very base of the matter, I think this is something that you want to achieve. There's possibly quite a bit to do beforehand, and it does seem to involve some waiting. Now, in the past, you have got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, so many reversals. I am doing my cards slightly different, so that might have something to do with it. And the Five of Swords in reverse in the past. So this is, I think this is about being a bit less pushy. Someone has been unstable, not been in their own energy, not felt very confident financially or otherwise. And I think it's made them a little bit combative. But again, they're coming out of that. Even in the past, they're coming out of that, because I think this person, I am reading for a male, has been dealing with an Empress in reverse here, the Green Woman in reverse. I think there has been a lot of arguments, a lot of battles, a lot of discomfort, and pretty unforgiving energy, really. Got my Great Bear in reverse here. It just feels like everything has been dropped now, Pisces. I mean, I don't know how long, it almost feels like it's, I'm not saying it's over, because I'm not getting overtide cards. I'm just getting that whatever the issues have been, the period of time that this has been, you know, lived through has got to such an extent that you just can't be arsed with it anymore. You know you have to wait for something. There's nothing you can do about it. You know you have to let it go for now. But you're coming to a point where you're no longer holding on so tightly to it. You're being a bit more fluid with it. and feeling, coming out of a period of feeling guilty about whatever's gone down here. So your energy for this time period is my electric eel spirit, which is bring your ideas to life, and the ego spirit. Spirit has your back, a 6 and a 5. This could be combined energy. I had a wee feeling that it might be split off, but I haven't looked at it in too much detail. So, oh gosh, sorry. Bring your ideas to life. So you have some sort of inspiration. It's almost like an intuitive knowing of the direction you want to take. You have a very broad view of what you want your future to look like emotionally, because I do have it with my fairy who was kissed by the pixies and intuition. And this is basically my lover's card with the singer of intuition. And this is just having an inward knowing of how things are going to play out. So even though things aren't exactly how you want them to be right now, I think on a very deep level, coming back to this Queen of Arrows. Oh gosh, I said it was the Queen of Vessels. I beg your pardon, I don't have my glasses. The Queen of Arrows at the base of the deck. And she's also come through at the base of the deck on my Mythic Tarot. The Queen of Swords in your, she came through in your outcome. So on some level, I just think you know the person that you're meant to be with. This almost feels kind of destined for you, Pisces. I mean, but we're just not there yet. But there is someone that you, I think there is some real love here. It's just not happening yet. And I'm afraid I can't tell you when it will happen. But there is something that's causing an obstacle here. And it does seem to be some sort of legal matter that's very much ground to a halt or going incredibly slowly. And it's the fact that this has taken so long might mean that you've missed this opportunity elsewhere, but it almost feels there's not a bloody thing you can do about it, Pisces, so there's no point in fretting about it. You know, it's a what's for you won't go by you, and if whatever it is that you have in mind that you feel you're destined for, if it's not there when you're able to, you know, go for it, then it's not there. In terms of your immediate future, Ace of Swords in reverse in the thoughts. I actually think you're thinking of lying to someone or not giving them the whole truth, because I think you think it might mess up your destiny or your destined union with them. I don't feel you can be truly honest, or you think you can't be truly honest with this person. And I would I mean, I don't agree with that personally, but I'm only reading the cards here. But with a Queen of Swords at the base of the deck, the Queen of Swords is all about the truth. All about the truth. She does not take any nonsense. So if you're thinking of lying or being less than, you know, fully honest about the truth, I would exercise some caution there, because with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups, I wouldn't really lie to them, because they're going to know. But you are thinking, I think, about holding something back here. You've got the Shaman, which is the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. This is all about manifestation, having all the tools you need. It's also about, it's been very mystical and intuitive and connected to the divine with miracle. I've asked what the Shaman wants to manifest here, because he is the ultimate manifester, and it is a miracle. He literally wants to, you know, I felt like birth something from the ashes here, bring something back to life that is ultimately what they consider their destiny. And they've been holding on to this, Pisces. You've been holding on to this for a very long time. There is something that you feel you're destined to do, or someone you feel you're destined to be with, and you're holding on in there. But for whatever reason, I don't think you feel you can be completely honest, or it may mess this up. So if you're the cross watcher here, and this is a male Pisces I'm reading for, or you're a female Pisces, and this, you know how it works, it's very, very general. That's something to be aware of, that I don't think this person feels they can be entirely honest with you, because it might mess up their destiny, which they may consider to be you. So in terms of where you find yourself, we have got lovely Six of Wands and a message. So this is result. This is you finally getting the message, and it is a thumbs up. It's winning. It's adulation. It's praise. It's reward time. So whatever it is that's been holding you back, that's taken an enormous amount of time, that you've been worried sick about, it does seem like it's going to be incredibly positive. It might be with regards to a child. I have a lot of pages here. This is the Page of Stones in reverse. But ultimately, the main card is the Six of Wands. There is some sort of success here in the immediate future in terms of where you find yourself. In terms of how you're being viewed, not surprisingly, the King of Cups, which is my Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer card, so it is water energy. King of Cups can be a little bit wishy-washy, sometimes a bit too over-emotional, but the biggest problem he has is his lack of faith. He's been very determined to get his love back, and has taken enormous measures, but at the very last minute he fails because he doesn't actually trust his partner to do exactly what they need to do, even though they've told them that he will. So they have a little bit of trust issues here. But you've been seeing as someone who's very emotional, possibly even in love, and I do have the change card in Lovers, so you might be changing a lover, or you might be moving towards a lover. This is comes down to a 6 and a 9. I think this is you looking coming through as the eel here. So I think you're being viewed as someone who's looking to move towards someone that you love. And again, I have my gossip card here. There is talk about this, or indeed Pisces, you could be talking about it, and I would exercise some caution here, because it's never a good card, and keep it to yourself. There's no reason to share this kind of information. If people are viewing you this way, then you're being a bit too flabby mouthed, in my opinion. So that's just how you're being viewed. It does not need to be accurate, but you're being viewed as someone who's very emotional, probably in love, and who wants to move towards someone they're in love with. Now, in your outcome, we have the King of Pentacles. Much prefer this energy to the King of Cups. So this is real stability, financial stability. Everything you touch turns to gold. Can be overly material, in all honesty. But it's ultimately very, very stable. And given that I have got my Queen of Stones up here in reverse, this is your partner. I mean, she's currently in reverse, and you've been told presently to let her go. But I do kind of feel it's temporary. And yet I have a message of concern about a marriage here. So this could be a feminine finding out that someone is getting married, and it's going to cause her some grief, possibly even some pain. Maybe she's found out someone is getting married, or someone she didn't know was married is in fact married. Because this is kind of bad news. This is like a message of concern and bad news, because this is the Page of Bows in reverse, which is my stoat. So a wee sleekit weasel here, which kind of feels a bit gossipy again. And with it being the stoat, I think I covered this just recently, they don't dig their own burrows. they actually kill the animal and take over their burrows. So this is almost like someone who's just like stolen your person and moved in with them. And there's a story about this. The King of Pentacles has got a story to tell about this. But yeah, there's some bad news here that's going to cause a probably a female some concern about someone either being married and they didn't know they were married, or the person they have a love interest in is actually getting married. Okay. The Queen of Swords was at the base of the deck with the King of Pentacles, who's also the Queen of Arrows down here, who's my swan, and she's come through as an exorcist, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Yeah, I mean, seriously, if this is your love interest, Pisces, I really wouldn't lie to a Queen of Swords. That will not end well. Trust me, I am one. So can I get an advice card for the Pisces reading, the male Pisces that I'm reading for? Can I have an advice card, please, for this Pisces reading for November into December? Yeah, on the Wheel of Fortune up here, when he's thinking of not giving the whole truth and nothing but, I actually got, don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. They're glossing over the whole truth here. You're not getting the whole truth if you're a cross watcher here from this Pisces male. I don't want to tell you the whole truth, because it may really mess things up for them and you may kick them into touch because of it. So, advice card, please, for Pisces for this reading. Be the light and embrace the energy of peace. This is my White Witch, absolutely gorgeous. Let's have a look. There we go. I don't know the way to read it. No matter what is happening to you or around you, you have a choice. Choose not to be pulled into dramas and bickering or energies that are just going to limit your joy. If you are surrounded by people who are hostile towards you or someone else, or you are in a negative situation, perhaps in your workplace, you are being invited to be the light. You are an incredible person who can really be light. So how can you change the energy? How can you redirect the conversation to love? How can you protect yourself? How can you help the person that is being picked on? Or are you the one who's guilty of causing a drama? You will know the answers. Know also that you're being encouraged to shine the light you were born to share. So take the higher road and choose the light. Remove yourself from lower energy experiences and embrace peace. Okay, so all I would say from that reading in terms of words of caution is lying is never good. Especially if you're dealing with the Queen of Swords. Go for the whole truth and nothing but, and just, you know, just go with it and see what transpires. And this amount of gossip, and gossip is not cool. I've got 3 gossip cards here. So if you are blubbing or blabbing your mouth off, Pisces, you need to zip it, or remove yourself from people who engage in this kind of activity. Okay, Pisces, that is your reading for November, December. Please like, please subscribe. I hope you have a super month, and I will speak to you hopefully very soon. Bye bye.